Hello everyone, welcome back to another trading session. Today we will try to take some beautiful trades, but before that I want to just take my profit, because as you've been following me for a long time, you know that my take profit is 50k, right? We exceeded a little bit, but I'm not gonna be greedy with this one, and I'm gonna just have a nice little withdrawal. Okay, I will let me see. I want to start with solid 10k. All right, let me just get my, okay, got it. And boom. Now let's go and take some beautiful trades. So I will look for beautiful trades. I'm not going to take random trades because we're just going to take good trades, okay? Taking random trades will never make you profit. You should know what setup you're looking for, okay? So I'm just going to look for beautiful trades now. All right, we always want to go with the trend. Oh my god, look at this beautiful doji break, man. Jesus, look at that. Now, this was very nice. You know why? Because this is a Marbuzu candle. Marbuzu candle doesn't have any shadow, you know, from up or down. So these candles are strong candles for giving us retracement. If we combine it with the doji break, it means that if we break in this doji, also it's the Marbuzu, it's so strong, okay? It's so strong to take this trade. You know, the way we trade is just we combine different reasons, okay? And yeah, I'm just gonna look for beautiful trades, because, you know, trading is 90% patience and looking for good opportunities, and 10% just clicking the, you know, buttons, you know? That's why it's the most difficult thing in the world. All right, the gap up, I wanted to take this buy right here, but the gap up made me hesitate because this is also has been coming down pretty strongly. I want to take this buy right now, and then I will explain you why did I. Okay, I added one more right now. Oh my god, I added two. Holy, didn't mean to add two of them, to be honest. I wanted to take. Okay, so now if you look at this market, this is clearly uptrend, right? This is clearly uptrend. If you look, we're not going against the trend. This is clearly uptrend, minor and major trend uptrend. So now, why did I take this trade? You know that market basically switches between levels, right? So when we have a resistance, it just keeps bouncing from it until it's broken. And this breakout happens somewhere that the market decides to break, okay? The big guys, whatever you want to call them, they decide to break the market, okay? And this breakout, this kind of breakouts need a lot of demand or supply, okay, to form before breakout. And this is one of these small ones, okay? We have a resistance here, and this resistance has a decision point inside of it, okay? This is difficult to trade this kind of resistance, but for the most respected levels, it's pretty much easy, okay? For example, this is a support area which has been respected a couple of times, right? After this is broken, the decision point will be inside of this, okay? And you see that the market touched, it dropped. I can guarantee that it is touching some supply or demand inside of it, okay? I will check it for you right now. I'm pretty sure there is something, okay, that the market is touching. I will check this, but before that, I want to explain this trade. This trade is same thing. Okay, let me just explain that one first. All right, this one. I will go to the lower time frame to see fresh supply and demand. Okay, we know that the market moves between supply and demand all the time, and if the connection let, all right, it's too far back. That's why it might be frustrating to just backtest that one. Yeah, it's all right. We're finally there. Come on, what is going on? All right, thank God we see the supply right here. We don't need to go to lower than this time frame. Okay, this is the fresh supply. Some people ask, oh, can we trade these fresh supplies all over the place everywhere? No, we trade this one because it's a very respected support area, and this support area is supposed to respect once again, right? But it didn't respect. Why is that? Because there is a decision made to this support to be broken, and we take advantage of that decision point because we know that when we have a demand area break, it turns to supply area. Okay, so now we have the supply area right here, and we can enter the trade right there. Okay, if we go to lower time frame, we will find even better ones, but since this is just too far back, it will be take a lot of time for me to go to lower time frame. Okay, for this one, if I mark this area, it's a broken resistance, and it's an ABC, right? ABC, fresh supply. See that? So it's so clear. I go to lower time frame. I can even know that even without going to the lower time frame, okay? Even without going to the lower time frame, it's so obvious. All right, this is the trade we took. You see the fresh demand? This is the fresh demand. What do we call? Okay, let's just be simple with this one. Look at that. This is an engulfing pattern, right? If we go to lower time frame, look for it, it will be demand area. It's just names, okay, different names. So this is basically an engulfing pattern, but here's the thing. If we had this shadow inside of it, this wouldn't be valid anymore. So it wouldn't be fresh if this shadow was inside of it. The fresh, what do we mean by fresh, is if nothing inside of it, nothing has touched this. It's fresh, okay? So it just comes here and it's boom, reject, because there's a lot of bars down here because this is a resistance turns support, and we are in a major and minor uptrend, and it's a good opportunity to take this. If we go to even lower time frame, we might find even better entries. Look at that. In the lower time frame, we have a little worse entry, but still, if we find the entry, for example, it would be 30 minutes, we just enter. Okay, we don't need to just overthink this. Okay, let's just, yeah, this is a trade that I took. We'll just keep looking for other opportunities. All right, this is, again, look at that, minor uptrend. Never go against a trend. All right, we have a huge gap down here. I want to take it very small, right? Very, very small. Boom. Just, just for fun, because, you can already tell the market is coming down, right? See how going against the trend is crazy. I don't know why people do this, but going against the trend is so crazy. You know that you already know that the market is dropping. Why would you go against it, right? At least if you have a setup which is against the trend, just take it very small. Just take it very small. It doesn't impact your balance. Do not go fucking regular amount on this one, so you'll ruin your previous profit. Okay. You should be able to manage your risk. All right, that trade was a losing trade. Obviously, it was against the trend. Okay, we have a QM area down here. Okay, I'm pretty sure the supply is exactly right here. So this is a QM, low, high, lower, low, break the previous high. Okay, it creates this pattern. This pattern is called QM. This zone is a QM zone for me, right? So we can go to the lower time frame in the QM zones and detect supply and demand. Easy, right? Okay, let me just see. Okay, this is the QM zone for me. I will just drop it. I draw it, and then I go to 3-minute time frame to check to see if it has engulf. I don't see any engulf here. So the QM is not okay. I see the engulf in 5 minutes. Okay, this is a confirmation for us. So we can know that the QM is solid, right? And then we go to lower time frame step by step to detect the supply and demand. Of course, the fresh ones. Do you see any fresh supply and demand right here? Of course you see. This one. See that? It's fresh. There's not anything inside of it, right? We draw it just like that. I will make it red. But here's the point about this. Okay, if you're old enough in this channel, you know that we consider this QM, this particular entry, which is this one, as high risk entry. And you might ask, oh, why is this high risk? It's high risk because it's above the QM zone. If this is my QM zone, this is above the QM zone, and this is below the QM zone. Okay, so the safest one is this one. Okay, yes, you might reject from here and go and never come down, but you know, we want to go for safe trades. So if I was taking this trade, I would go with half of the amount, right? If I'm trading with 1,000, I would go with 500 on this one. Okay, it clearly wins the trade. How beautiful is this, man? Supply and demand. If you know, the moment you understand how market moves, you're going to be unstoppable. Beginners usually suffer from taking random trades, not being able to detect best trades, and over trading. That's it. Okay, 5 trades per day is just enough. Here's a doji. Here's a doji. Okay, I have to. So if we break this doji from downside, I would be able to take this doji trade, but I don't think the price will come down more than that. All right, let me just look for other pairs. All right, I'll go with the buyers after this, and then I will explain why did I do that. Oh no, don't drop. It created this double bottom. It's a reversal pattern. It means that the market wants to drop. But let me just see if I can find, if I can take a buy right here. I'm gonna take it right here with 500. And then after this 500, I would go with 1,000. And I'll go with the buyers. Okay, nice rejection. And this 500 is because of this common point of rejection. Okay, common point of rejection is when we have a market. Okay, I'm not taking anymore. If it was closing somewhere here, I would take it with the buyers, but this time it just can't drop. It's a bit risky. Okay, I'm not taking. And this trade right here, when we have a market full of rejections, okay, this is a market that every single candle has rejection. You see here we have a couple of rejection from the upside, and now we're getting a couple of rejection from the downside. Okay, so if we have a lot of rejection in the market and we are in the direction of minor trend, we can draw a line between all of the rejections. Okay, I'm getting all the rejections, you know, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, I'm getting all the rejections, all the possible rejections, and then I look at this area, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rejections. This is the 8th time. Okay, usually these two are so takeable, but you need to be in the direction of the minor trend. You have to have other reasons to combine. But for example, this one, if you look at the past, you see this resistance, right? If you remember the first trade, decision point, the market decided to break this resistance somewhere here. So I know that this area can be the point of interest. Okay, so now I'm just going to look for other pairs. All right. All right, I'm taking this one. Let's go. I go with the sellers on this one, and I will explain why. Pretty simple, right? Pretty sure you know why did I take this trade. First of all, I want to just show you this QM right here. I want to show you just this QM right here. See that? This is one of the huge QMs. Look at that. A, B, C, boom. Break the previous swing. But this is so big, right? This can be so difficult to take. But I will just check it and show you the confirmations and everything for it. See this engulf right here? This is a 3-minute engulf. And it's basically a higher time frame confirmation for us for this QM trade. And after that, we go to lower time frame to look for supply and demand. I go to the lower time frame, step by step. My connection is a little bit slow. All right, see this broken supply? I mean, broken demand has become supply. Simple. I think I would take this trade because it's just so clear. But I will just go to lower time frame for you to find the fresh demand. I mean, supply area. All right, there we go. We found the fresh supply, but you know, this is a huge QM, and I would really like to take small ones. You see this? We reject exactly from that. You know, you just need to detect the proper setup, right? And about this one, which we did take, it's basically, all right. So this QM area is a seller's area in general. Right? In general, it's a seller's area. It's a confirmation for us, okay? It's not a setup, but it's a confirmation. Look at that beautiful gap up. And the reason behind this trade is simply because of this doji break. We know that when we have this kind of beautiful dojis with no bad bodies at all in a ranging kind of market, this is a ranging market, right? See red, green pattern, red, green pattern, green, red, red, green pattern. And when we break in this doji, we can take opposite trades, okay? If we had a little bit of gap up, it would be strong confirmation, right? If we had this gap down, it would be invalid. So gaps are important. For example, this one, this gap up is in the favor of sellers, right? But since the minor trend is uptrend, I'm not really confident to take this sell, but it's totally in the favor of sellers. When you want to take a trade, if we have gap up, which means that the sellers want to get into the market. If we have gap down, just like this one, see this? Oh my god, we see all the examples on the live chart. I'm feeling like they're hearing me. Okay, so gap down in the favor of buyers, gap up in the favor of sellers. But here's, you know, there's a lot of points about it. Just do not go to the market blindly and take all of this. Okay, we don't trade all of the gaps. The gap should start from a level. See this round number here? The gap should jump up on a level to be valid, to be strong. All right, I'm sorry. Somebody just called me. And let me just show you something. You see that there was a supply area, okay? And we basically took this QM trade, right? It also rejected once again after this doji break, right? And now you see it's broken. You see it's broken. And what did I say at the beginning of the video? When we have a supply area being broken, it turns to a demand area. And this is also ABC. So let's go to lower time frame to see what we have inside of it. Okay, a fresh demand. You need a, there we go. Oh, it's not fresh. Look at that. This is a demand area, but it's not really fresh because this candle is inside of it. Has went pretty much inside of that. So it's not fresh. I go to lower time frame. Okay, now we see the fresh demand area. Is pretty simple. Look at that. Beautiful. I will make this one blue. All right, this is how market moves. Simple. Look at that. This trade. Okay, I was explaining it in the gaps. My phone, somebody called me, so I just stopped the video. You know that I told you that the gap should start from a level, right? And I said that this is a round number. What about this gap down, which was in the favor of buyers, should start from a level again, right? There's no a level to start, so we do not enter this trade with the buyers. We want to enter somewhere safe, which would be this blue area. So if the market was coming down to this blue area, we could push the buy button, and I think it would be a winning trade or at least a draw. me just go to lower time frame to see if it would be a winning trade or not. Okay. All right, I marked this incorrectly. So when we have a supply or demand and it has shadow, okay, from the upside, for example, we do not draw like this. We draw from the body and lower shadow like that. Okay, so this one would be exactly, this is a doji, right? And basically this is engulfing pattern. We do not draw from shadow, we draw from the body. See that? From the body. And if I go to 1 minute, I can see that this would be a winning trade, right? So let me just see. All right, I'm just going to stop right here. I usually take 5 or 6 trades per day. I don't want to just overtrade. Once again, thank you for all the supports and you know, positive energies you give me in the comments. And for those who are asking about the mentorship, it's currently on a special offer, which means that there's a huge discount for a limited time. So if you're interested, just join the Telegram channel. I do not do copy trade. I do not sell signals. Okay, so be aware of the scammers. Only use the link in the description to join the Telegram channel. Okay, thank you for watching, everybody, and peace out.